Time to get this party started today. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. Hi guys, today we got the variety pack, just 3 orders going out today. A little bit of everything. Super Mario Brothers Wii is going down to the States, and then James Bond, a GameCube game, is going in Canada, and then a little Dick Tracy gun from the 90s is going to Canada as well. I'm going to get these sent off. I'm going to talk about January sales and how things are going, and I'll see you in a second after I get to the post office. 401 shut down. There's like a million truck drivers in our little town right now. It's insane, guys. Anyways, we're gonna get these sent off. Back to a second. Okay, guys. Got home from the post office. This morning was a little gong show. Glad I got my brew here. Excuse me. So all the buses were canceled. Not a huge surprise. It's been, I don't know. I don't remember this many buses being canceled 20, 30 years ago. Like, when I went to school, the buses were never canceled unless like there was like 5 feet of snow. So I don't know what's going on. Whether the country's full of bad drivers or everyone's overly sensitive now, I don't know. But anyways, got the kids ready, took them off to school, shoveled the driveway, hit the post office on the way back. Our little town is kind of gridlocked. We're right on the 401 highway, which is the busiest highway in North America, I believe, if you weren't aware of that. We're just above Lake Ontario. It runs all the way from Windsor, and then it goes all the way up, basically, to the east. But anyways, enough of that boring stuff. I just figured I would check in. I want to talk to you guys about a few things that's been going on with my reselling business and how things have been going. So, the Canada Post stuff, I'm not too sure if my American friends and everyone else is aware of this, but it shut down. There was a strike, and they did shut down. I'm going to say, I think it was November 14th, and they shut down till December, whatever, 14th. It was basically a month. So they shut down, and I've had more people inquiring about where their packages are and stuff in the past month than I have in my entire time on eBay. And I believe there's still a backlog. I think Canada Post might be fibbing about what is going on. I'm not too sure, guys, but something's going on, because before this strike, I think I might have had 1 or 2 parcels out of 1,000 that didn't show up. And I ship 95% of my stuff just through regular postage. It's untracked. It's just light packet stuff. You know, you put on your stamp, or not a stamp, but I think it's under 200 grams. It was around 3 something. And then under 100 grams, it was 2 something. And that's in all my listings. I just do economy shipping for most of that stuff. If it's an item that's usually over $20, then I will do a track shipping and charge a bit more for that, just because of the cost. But if you're like me and you sell a lot of like $5 items and you've gotten it for, I'm going to say, almost nothing, there's no point putting the track stuff on it and charging the customer an extra $3 or $4, because they just won't pay it. And I don't blame them, because I wouldn't pay it myself. But there's something going on at Canada Post. There has to be huge warehouses of this stuff sitting around. I just had another inquiry of one that I sent out. The order was December 31st, so keep in mind that it would have went out January 2nd. I always ship the next business day. So we're coming to the end of the month. It's in Quebec. It's only like probably 3 or 4 hours away from me. However, I've had ones that have taken over a month, shipped in the same province as me, and it's ridiculous. Like, before, it would be like a week or 2 and bang, it would be there. So yeah, I think Canada Post is being a little bit disingenuous with the letter mail. I think they're kind of just what they did. They're like, you know what, the parcels are tracked, we have to have a certain delivery standard for those. The letter mail, we don't give a shit. pardon my French, it'll get there when it gets there. And I've heard rumblings that after the strike, they were forced to go back to work, so they don't want to pay employees overtime to catch up and get rid of this entirety of the backlog, which is kind of bull crap. I mean, they're not treading on thin ice. Like, in my opinion, we need Canada Post. You have to have a national delivery service for letter mail and stuff, which, like, big carriers like UPS, FedEx and stuff, they're not gonna go to every location. And if they do, it's gonna cost you like $40 to deliver a letter to someone up in Nunavut or something. It's not, you can't do that. Like, as national security, we need a national service. The next thing I want to go over about Canada Post is they've raised the rates twice in the past year and a half, and it is getting expensive even to send oversized letter mail, which I send. Shipping cost on something under 200 grams now is $4.85, and I only charge $5 for shipping. I try to make it a point where the shipping just covers the shipping and the material and a little bit of the eBay fees. At this point, most of the stuff I ship for $5, so I'm losing a hair on the shipping. I'm not prepared yet to bump the prices up, but I'm going to have to at some point. And even the small packet stuff where I think it's $2.95 now for something under 100 grams. So it is getting pretty pricey. The way I look at it is I'm pretty much half and half. Half will be under 100 and half will be between 100 200. So it's kind of a wash. It's in between where it just works out, where I'm not really losing any money on shipping, which is fine for me. I do more smalls and cheap stuff. So, people just, they're not going to pay a lot of shipping. I'm going to start shipping to the US the more expensive video games I get, the ones that are like $30-$40, because surprisingly, shipping to the States tracked via light packet is less than shipping it in Canada, which is ridiculous as well. And it has been that way for a while. I just didn't want to do it with a lot of the items I have, a lot of the cheap stuff. I don't think I would be able to charge that shipping. And the next thing I wanted to get into is the possibility of incoming tariffs that might be implemented in the US and retaliatory tariffs up here. This will affect everything, guys, and especially for you guys that do eBay. I'm not so sure about Amazon and stuff, but the shipping, if they put tariffs through, the shipping is going to go up and the price to American consumers will go up. So if you do sell a lot to the States, it's really going to, I think it will take that down a peg, guys. I'm not too sure what the tariffs will be on used goods and stuff going through eBay, but even if it's 10%, if someone from the US clicks on someone from Canada's thing and there's another extra 10% surcharge on top of the regular duties, whatever they are now, and the shipping and this and that, it's really going to take the business down a notch. So I would be prepared for that. Like me, 99% of my stuff I just ship in Canada because I can't be bothered with it. So I'm not too worried about it, although I would like to ship more to the States because obviously the market down there is way better than up here. And I've noticed sales have been pretty slow relatively up here for January. Compared to last January, they are slower, and I think it's just the mood in the economy. We have a lot going on with immigration and stuff. It's not as hardcore as it is in the States, but they are cracking down on student visas and stuff that people have used to. They've manipulated the system so they can stay, and they're trying to crack down on that. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I'm going to go show you guys how we're doing so far. Just a quick little go over here. So far for the month, I think we're not quite at the end of the month. Total sales, we're at $1689.90. I would expect to probably end up in the 1700s unless like there's a flurry near the last few days of the month. There probably won't be. I think everyone's broke, honestly. So selling costs and everything here, I don't know how much I made. I'm going to say I probably made 800 maybe, which is usually which has been my monthly average pretty much for the last year. I'm going to say around that $800 range. I really want to get that up higher, guys, at least over 1,000 average net after everything. I would like to get that. I don't know if that's going to happen this year, guys. I have a feeling my friends down in the States and up here, we're going to be in for a rough time, honestly. I don't think it's going to get much better. Like, obviously, prices aren't going to go down. They'll stabilize on a lot of things, but, people that need stuff, it's just going to cost you more. Like, groceries are not going to come down in price. I'm sorry, they won't. Like, fuel is it's going to go like this, but it's never going to go way down, guys. It is very unfortunate. Um, Between the corporations charging absorbent amounts for this stuff, plus just the government's printing money and all this COVID stuff, I'm not too sure how much you guys were locked down in the U.S., but up here we got locked down quite a bit. There was, I think, 2 or 3 times where we got locked down for a month or two in my province of Ontario, and then they sent out checks to everyone like they did down there, and it's just, we needed it, but the government can't afford to just print money like that, and I think we're seeing the consequences of that now, guys. So I don't know where this will go this year. I'm for sure going to do a monthly update of how my sales are going. If you guys have any ideas of what sells for you, put them in the comments. I'm sure everyone would like to know. We're all in this together, as a country. We just, yeah, it's been tough. It's been tough on everybody. So I'm gonna keep plugging away here, and hopefully we get in the 1700s or something. Yeah, it's been pretty low this month, and usually February and March are pretty slow, and then you get a little bit of a uptick till summer, and then it slows, and then fourth quarter. Canada Post is, I think their bargaining thing is up in May. I really hope they don't go on strike again, or they're really gonna damage their reputation and stuff again. Even though everyone does need to have a good livable wage and stuff, I totally agree with that. So they should be bargaining a little bit in better faith on both sides, in my opinion, because yeah, being out today in the snow and stuff like that, it's dangerous. In my opinion, they earn every penny they get. They have not kept up with inflation for wages there, which is surprising for like a federal type thing. Usually they're high in wages, but the Canada Post is really not that high in wages. I think it's just a lot of people at the top are. It's like anything. The people at the top are really prospering, and then the workers are not quite getting their fair share of what they should be, I guess. So I don't want to get into any like a big bunch of political uh, stuff, because I'm not trying to enrage anybody, but it's going to be interesting to see where the tariffs go and how it affects sales, if it'll make our countries more isolationist, and yeah, hopefully it's all bluster, and we just keep rolling the way we're going, guys, but we'll see. If you like the video, please subscribe and tell me how your sales are going. I'm really curious to see, like, people that are watching, how your sales are going this year, and any tips would be great. And I'm gonna have a lot more videos with tips and bolo lists and stuff coming out as well, and we're gonna do some hiking and MRE stuff too on the separate playlist, so if you like that, tune in too. We'll see you soon.